As we discussed already, the seven seals of, like in Yu-Gi-Oh, Oryxichaulus, meaning Ocharios or Ochios, which is the fourth ancient Egyptian god. There's Ra, there's Obelisk, there's Lifer, and there's Oryxichaulus. But Oryxichaulus can take so many forms. So basically, Oculus, or better said, how mine is called, Oculus, or better said, let me think a second, which is also what that being conjugates in you if you interact with power. That is rather interesting because that is rather interesting because of so many reasons. Meaning, auch Opherius. Opherius, no, what's yours? What is the one we conjured? Slifer, or Obelisk, or whatever it's called. And Slifer, Ra, Obelisk, and Oryxichaulus, meaning Oryxichaulus. No, Oryxichaulus. Ne. Oryxichaulus. Genau, Oryxichaulus. That's it. That's it. That's the fourth one. And he's basically the power. Ra is only the avatar of him. So I will not further betray any of these ideas. That would be traitorism. I don't discuss that. But since we already made the seven seals, we can interact with basic concepts that are already most likely in the world. Just like Yu-Gi-Oh! Otherwise, you can just revert back to Fluster and check our magic knowledge there if you want to interact with it, and so forth. So, we'd now try our best to do that. Well, if you understand the fourth god, which is this one, the hidden power within every of your actions and everything that you order, meaning ordered by chaos, you understand more of which religious concepts I invite to. So, there it would become interesting because basically, for example, war is just war. You cannot really much let yourself to every degree be influenced by that. Then you're just permitting war on your conscience. To a degree, something like it. I mean, you should really not. It's still a war to some. Meaning, war's war. As long as you're safe, good. If you die, you die. To do anything for that is rational. Do not keep yourself and your soldiers who fight with you safe. And life is war, so no one fights the war with you, your own soldier, etc. pp. Unless your loved one fights with you. And then, if you're eternally bound to her, well, that's fairly relevant, eh? Meaning, if she's eternally bound to you as well, of course, your loved one, then that is rather relevant, because at that point, you then only want your safety for all means of the great war. Meaning, as long as you interact with the war in such means that you achieve the most to your own, well, degrees, war is silence. It's a silence that sets in, meaning, when the night arrives, you shall not run from the darkness, and if you cannot hide, you shall fight till death. Basically, metaphorically speaking. And once death arrives at you, it's just that. Don't try to talk it away. And basically, war is by not, then war would be over. Until someone defeated you on ultimate idea. Meaning, he has absolute control over everything you are, but not the surroundings or the things you possess. War is war, and always permitted. And even there, he needs to gain control at all degrees. You can fight as long as you can. It's just war. So, meaning, if you think differently, that's not a trick. You just sit down to get it. Thus, war is why no assembled craven light vow, meaning why the violent no matter fly, not yourself you show in flight, and once you would do that illusion yourself away, you would fall from grace. Meaning, if you fight the inner war, life is war. Every part of your power to any degree is war. You don't need to help someone achieve power. You don't need to help someone achieve anything. That's literally not your matter. If someone dies, so that person dies. Fate is fate. Death is death. Someone is too dumb to get that, to think that the enemy needs to help the other one because he lost. No. That's rational. Evil should have its own choice, but if you're dumb, you're dumb. That's fair enough. Meaning, if war is war and you yourself cannot deal with it yourself anymore, you can still kill yourself. Oh, all good. So suicide is always a viable option. Don't deny. And if you lost, you lost. And if you won, you won. You will know that. No one needs to tell you. You're simply not allowed to know that. You don't have any idea of whatsoever that needs. You know, if you're too dumb to fight a war on every degree and you don't want to realize that you lost, you're just dumb. And you're not worth it because that would be just retarded. You're not worth it. Ever. So, that's also what Kaiba is trying to say. You're not worth it, Yugi. Kaiba is basically his psychosis, but not really. Kaiba is an image he produced, not really. Kaiba is his bad, dreamed psychosis. He's not real. He might be a man, that's true. Might be a woman if they would fight. But he's not real. Not even unreal, not anything. So Genuchi dies. No, Genuchi doesn't die, then Yugi dies as well. Who's Genuchi? Well, not Malik. So, that's where it comes to. If all of this is settled, that war is then over, and the people accept that they lost and don't fight a new war, meaning they understood that by this war is then done, and they shall not rise to these ideas again, and the morals have been set by even the means of war, because everything else is immoral. If you now say your morality is different, well, then you don't understand objective morality, which has been decided by war on the level you argue for. Then the person is the stronger one. You're not worth it. You will devour that, or will try to. You're not worth it. 100% not. Thus, you're not like not even like Kaiba. You're like the first one who watches the episode and clicks away because he doesn't like the music. So, basically, what is now Oryxichaulus like in Yugioh? Well, that in the next video. Sorry for the information.